Hello everyone, this is Sarvahita, Assistant Professor of MCA Department from Rohini College of Engineering and Technology. I am here to discuss about a few topics of the subject MC4205 Cybersecurity. Here we are going to discuss about the topic Cryptographic Techniques, Threat and Incident Management. First, let us see about cryptographic techniques. The cryptographic techniques concern themselves with three basic purposes: authentication, verifying the identity of a user or the computer; confidentiality, keeping the contents of the data secret, so that comes under confidentiality; integrity, ensuring that data doesn't change between the time it leaves the source and the time it reaches the destination. Three types of cryptographic techniques are used in general. They are the symmetric cryptography, the security token or the authentication hash functions, public key cryptography. So token is the one that is considered as a cryptography tool. Using the security token, one can authenticate the user, and it is also used to provide the statefulness to the HTTP protocol. The security token has to be encrypted to allow the secure exchange of data. Now let us see about why we need the data encryption. So if anyone wonders why the organizations need to practice encryption, keep these four reasons in mind. That is, authentication, which is the public key encryption, proves that the website's origin server owns the private key and thus was legitimately assigned an SSL certificate. So in a world where so many fraudulent websites exist, this is an important feature. Privacy. Encryption guarantees that no one can read messages or access the data except the legitimate recipient or data owner. This measure prevents the cybercriminals, hackers, internet service providers, spammers, and even government institutions from accessing and reading the personal data. Regulatory compliance. Many industries and government departments have rules in place that require the organizations that work with the user's personal information to keep that data encrypted. A sampling of regulatory and compliance standards that enforce the encryption include the HIPAA, PCI DSS, and the GDPR. Security. Encryption helps the protection information from the data breaches, whether the data is at rest or in transit. For example, even if a corporate owned device is misplaced or stolen, the data stored on it will be most likely to be secure if the hard drive is properly encrypted. Encryption also helps to protect the data against the malicious activities like man in the middle attacks and lets the properties communicate without the fear of data leaks. The three important types of data encryption techniques are hashing. The hashing generates a unique signature of fixed length for a dataset or message. Each specific message has its unique hash, making the minor changes to the information easily trackable. Data encrypted with hashing cannot be deciphered or reversed back into its original form. That's why the hashing is used only as a method of verifying data. Specific encryption algorithms. There's a host of different encryption algorithms available today. Here are 5 of the more common ones. AES, Advanced Encryption Standards, is the trusted standard algorithm used by the United States government as well as the other organizations. Although extremely efficient in the 128-bit form, AES also uses the 192 and 256-bit keys for the demanding encryption purposes. So AES is widely considered as invulnerable to all the attacks except for brute force. Triple DES. Triple DES is a successor to the original data encryption standard algorithm created in response to the hackers who figured out how to breach the triple DES. Applies the DES algorithm 3 times to every data block and is commonly used to encrypt the Unix passwords and ATM pins. RSA. RSA is a public key encryption symmetric algorithm and the standard for encrypting the information transmitted via the internet. RSA encryption is robust and reliable because it creates a massive bunch. and frustrates would be the hackers, causing them to expend a lot of time and energy to crack into systems. Blowfish. Blowfish is another algorithm that was designed to replace DES. This symmetric tool breaks the messages into 64-bit blocks and encrypts them individually. Blowfish has established a reputation for speed, flexibility, and is unbreakable. Twofish. Twofish is a Blowfish successor, and it's license-free symmetric encryption that deciphers a 128-bit data block. Additionally, Twofish always encrypts the data in 16 rounds, no matter what the key size. Twofish is perfect for both the software and hardware environments and is considered one of the fastest of its types. Threats and incident management. The threat management is a process used by the cybersecurity professionals to prevent the cyber attacks, detect the cyber threats, and respond to security incident. Some cybersecurity threats are cybersecurity threats which acts as performed by the individuals with harmful intent, whose goal is to steal the data, cause damage to, or disrupt the computing systems. Threats can be classified according to their type and origin. Types of threats: physical damage, fire, water pollution, natural events, climatic, seismic, volcanic, loss of essential services, electrical power, air conditioning, telecommunication, compromise of information, eavesdropping, theft of media, retrieval of discarded materials, technical failures, equipment, software, capacity saturation, compromise of functions, error in use, abuse of rights. Threat classification, it is called as STRIDE. They are spoofing of user identity, tampering, repudiation, information disclosure, denial of service, elevation of privilege. The security threats have 5 categories in the classification called RED: damage, reproducibility, exploitability, affected users, discoverability. Damage: how bad would be an attack be? Reproducibility: how easy it is to reproduce the attack. Exploitability: how much work it is to launch the attack. Affected users: how many people will be impacted. Discoverability: how easy it is to discover the threat. Thank you.